person can make a butternut squash bruschetta that will just have you drooling?
Just tomatoes in your bruschetta? What you can't be
mix
creative?
it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, put some butternut squash in there. You're very good with the butternut squash too. You've got like a billion ways to use it,
Well,
don't you?
it's that time of year, but I also think that, you know, because we're seasonal at the restaurant, we have butternut squash for a long period of time, right? But I also think it's something really easy to do at home. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you're cozy up in the wintertime, you have a snow day, you just want a snack. Bruschetta is so easy to make. It really is. And it's one of those great things. But it starts with a nice crusty bread.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, what's this little thin slice stuff? Forget that. I want a nice crust. I call it English toast.
I love that.
You know?
A nice thick slice. Don't skimp on the bread.
Oh, for sure. And this is
half of the recipe.
And this is the thing, is you put a little bit of olive oil on there, and you can, if you want, you can even take a clove of garlic and actually rub it and gets a little bit of garlicky flavor in there, right? But I only toast it on one side.
Okay.
You know, it's like, what does it sting? You only toast my bread on one side. But, you know, I think the thing is, though, is it because it, I know.
I liked it.
It's crispy, but it's bread. I don't want something, you know, there's nothing worse than trying to pick up your bruschetta and you bite into it and it just explodes, right? And you've lost everything,
and you break teeth.
Exactly.
Right?
So,
you need a little bit of soft in there somewhere.
so a little bit of olive oil. And I'm actually cooking.
What's back.
Yeah, the shallots are back.
The shallots are back.
And I even sliced them chunky because I wanted to taste them. You know, most bruschettas, they're diced down small, but you can make it a little bit more chunky, a little bit more flavor, you know. Garlic, I've actually just sliced them because I want garlic in my bruschetta. You know, I want to be able to, like, you know, clear the room afterwards, right?
Right.
So, and I used olive oil too because it's almost like it's the dressing in here. You know, I always talk about using grapeseed oil because it's very neutral.
Yeah.
Olive oil is adding flavor, and so it's kind of like a little bit of a dressing, you know?
Okay, that's a good tip.
And all I want to do is just open the flavors up. I don't want to really cook these onions or shallots too much because you want that bite, that freshness, you know? And a lot of people make bruschetta, they actually don't even cook it. They just dice it all up, mix it together, and you're good to go.
That's true. You can make it super duper fresh. So this, you're not trying to brown it, you're just giving it a little bit of warmth.
Open it up.
Open it up.
It's like us, we're happier when we're warmer, right?
Yes, we are.
Butternut squash, I've diced them down, I've blanched them in a little bit of water. You can do them in a little chicken stock or veg stock if you like, some tomatoes. But all I'm doing is just folding this in like that. And again, you know, they're already cooked, so I'm just warming the flavor a little bit.
Now, is the blanching, is that just so that it keeps that vibrant orange, or is there something else about it that helps out the recipe?
The thing with butternut squash is it's quite hard, and if I put it here and tried to cook it through, it would be brown on the outside before the center actually cooked. Whereas if you've got a nice rolling, boiling water with a little salt, drop it in, it'll cook nice evenly, and then you can shock it in ice water so it's cooked exactly how you want it.
Got it.
Right? It's control.
Okay.
You know, remember the chefs, we like to be control, right?
Are you a bit of a control freak?
I don't know what you're talking about.
A little bit?
Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, warm that up. But then here's kind of fun. You can buy now peeled chestnuts, because if you want to peel them, you know,
forget it.
I hope you got kids that can peel them for you. But otherwise, I just throw in some chestnuts in there. Again, we're going for that kind of, and then, you know it.
Bring on the bacon, baby.
Bacon, you can put pancetta, you can put prosciutto, you can put all of it in. You know, again, you can do a vegetarian version if you want.
Yep.
I've even gone with some nice chunky sea salt, some chunky black pepper. You know, this is all about those great crispy flavors.
It's a beautiful rainbow of flavor is what it is.
Throw a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there. At this point, we're going to turn the heat off. It's done. You can put it in a little bowl if you want. And then you just take your crusty bread. Look at that for timing.
Perfect.
Did you hear that? The stove's working with me today.
It's like they can see JC over there giving us the counts.
I know.
Thank you, oven.
But you can pile it on as much as you want. But what I do, though, is I add in a little fresh basil.
Oh, nice. And you really got to pile it up. It has to be like a tiny mountain on that bread.
And then here's the thing, a little bit of goat's cheese.
Yeah.
Goat's cheese, again, is that freshness. But you want to just lightly melt it down.
Very nice.
So what you end up with is...
Ta-da!
Da-da-da-da-da.
So you just put it in so that it melts a little bit off the top.
You can pop it under the broiler.
And then it's perfection.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
You can pop it under the broiler. Or if you are a little bit, worried about timing, you can just warm your oven up and pop them in there. It's a little slower that way, but a little bit more control. But you end up with some great, simple bruschetta. If you want to get fancy, you could use a little bit of truffle oil over top.
Oh, very nice.
But look at that, isn't that great?
And if you want to make it a meal, like to me, that's a great snack. You want to make it a meal, throw in a bowl of soup and you're done.
Take a steak, pan roast it, slice it really paper thin, lay a little bit of steak over top.
Oh,
done.
that's
Open
good.
face sandwiches.
That's better than my soup idea. Forget the soup. Okay, we're going to put that on our website at cityline.ca. Brilliant, Jace. Let's go to break. We're coming up. That's beautiful.